Hey scientists, it's Jessica Power, one of the science curriculum coordinators from Kansas City Public Schools. Scientists, I hope you had a great Halloween. And I want you to think back a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, when we talked about parts of plants. And we talked about how all plants have things called seeds. And those seeds are what's responsible for growing new plants. Well, scientists, seeds don't just get up and walk around and plant themselves. Seeds and plants need help from different organisms like insects and animals around them, or even things like the wind and the weather, to help spread and scatter those seeds so that we can have new plants. If you've ever driven along the highway, or you've been able to be in like a forest area and you've seen like a tree, it looks like a tree, it's like a baby tree, but you can tell that it clearly hasn't been planted, right? Like there's not like the mound of dirt at the bottom of it, it's just growing out of the ground, but it doesn't look very old. Well, chances are that a seed landed in that spot either by an animal or by the wind. Scientists, it's really important that animals help out to spread plant seeds, and also that the wind helps to carry seeds as well. I'm sure on a windy day you've all seen leaves that blow by, or those little seeds that float in the air, right, that spin in a circle, and you've seen those spread. Those are all just different ways that seeds are dispersed or moved around to plant new plants. Now scientists, I'm going to read a book to you today, and that book is called Flip, Float, and Fly. And this book is all about seeds on the move. It's about different ways that plant seeds are spread throughout the world. Now, in some ecosystems, scientists, like in Africa, the elephants, for example, elephants are one of the number one reasons that seeds in different plants are dispersed or spread out. Elephants will eat fruits or different plants, and they'll digest those foods and those seeds come out the other end, right? And so every time they drop their undigested food, then those seeds can start to grow where they're at. So that's kind of cool. Elephants are a huge spreader of seeds. So scientists, let's read our book today and let's learn about different ways that seeds from plants are spread on Earth. Flip, Float, Fly, Seeds on the Move by Joanne Early Mackin. Take a breath and blow on a fuzzy dandelion. Whee! One puff sends seeds soaring like small soft feathers. They parachute into the sky. Have you ever done that to a dandelion and you see all those seeds go? Usually somebody's like, don't do that. Maple seeds whirl and twirl in a breeze. Flip, flutter, float. The wind lifts them up and off the tree. Away they fly like shiny green helicopters, spinning and spinning. Now scientists, you may notice that these seeds look kind of like birds or kind of like a helicopter. They have these parts to them that allow them to move through the air as they come off the tree. Tumbleweed plants grow as round as globes. In autumn, their stems snap off. On a flat, open prairie, they roll, 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 sprinkling their seeds as they tumble. So you can see the little brown dots are seeds, and those seeds are just left in different places. Basswood tree fruit clusters twist in the wind, dangle and dance. In winter they drop, like sailboats they glide, on a smooth, slick snow. So you can see those seeds that are up here in the tree. And those seeds fall. There's some deer down here, so those deer may be helping spread those seeds just like the wind. Locust tree pods look like long brown smiles. They dry, split open, and curl apart. Carrying seeds, each side scoots along, sliding on slippery ice. Skitter and skate. Seeds bump off along the way. So for a locust tree, you see that these pods slit open, and then out tumble the seeds. Where water flows, it can carry seeds. Even a raindrop can wash tiny seeds away. Splash, swoosh, splatter, scatter. You can see a seed in the water coming off this flower. The air inside a coconut helps it float. Bounce, plop. It drops into the ocean and drifts away on the waves. So you can see the coconut. You can see inside, see that coconut seed. Some seeds move on their own. Poke a touch-me-not, seed pod and fall. Pop, fling, the pod explodes, the seeds are flung. So you can see here there's butterflies and there's birds and they're all around these touch-me-not flowers. And you can see I'm gonna make an inference that this insect touched the pod and it broke open, scattering those seeds. So not just the wind or the water helps to spread seeds, but different organisms like insects and birds and butterflies, they also help to spread seeds. A wild oat seed curls up in the sun like a comma. The seed straightens out when it rains, wiggle, jump. One way, then the other. It works its way into the ground. So you've got some more. You can see some mice here that might be helping to break those seeds off the plants. Animals move seeds around too. A bat finds a feast in a fig tree and wings away with the seeds inside. The seeds pass through its body unharmed and fall to the ground in its droppings. So you can see here's what a fig looks like on the outside, and then on the inside of that fig you'll see all sorts of seeds. So as the bats fly, you can see they're dropping the seeds. A squirrel scurries to gather up acorns and bury them to eat later. But does it use all the food it collects? No! Lost acorns can grow into strong, shady oak trees. Burdock seeds stick to sleeves and socks. They cling to feathers and fur. We carry them as we hike through the wilds and drop them off in new places. Now, scientists, you may have heard these called as stickers before, but they're little seeds that cling onto fabric, or they cling onto an animal's fur. You can see the bird's got one on its wing. And then as those animals move through where they live in their ecosystem, those seeds start to fall off and a new plant can grow. People buy seeds from garden shops. Friends and neighbors trade them and share. Plants and seeds travel on ships, trains, and airplanes. Seeds on the move zoom over the oceans, across cities and countries around the world. People plant seeds in gardens and flower pots. They tend the seedlings and watch them grow. Sprouts, shoots, leaves, and roots. Flowers bloom and new seeds form, beginning the cycle again. And scientists, here's just a little picture of some different plants. We have a seed pod that shows that a fruit that holds many seeds which are dispersed, and then the seed pod dries and splits open. Here's a picture of a seed. Then we have fruit So fruit is a part of the plant that holds the seeds. So anytime you eat a fruit or vegetable, you'll notice that there's seeds inside. And those seeds are what we use to grow new plants. And like the bats had eaten the seeds of the figs, and how the squirrels or the rabbits, right, they spread the seeds. You'll see nuts. Nuts are a type of seed with a hard shell. So here's these peanuts. The peanut is a seed. And then scientists, this is similar to the picture that I've shown you in the past. You have the parts of the plant. Up here are the flower, and it's part of the plant that's going to produce those seeds. And they're often in brightly colored like we had talked about, and that attracts those animals, those insects, different things that can help spread those seeds around the environment. So scientists, there are lots and lots of ways that we can spread seeds. It's not just wind, it's not just water, it's not just animals or insects, but humans as well. There are lots and lots of different types of plants that we can plant here in Kansas City that aren't native to Kansas City, meaning they're not originally from here. They're from different parts of the world, but we're able to grow them. And so that's really interesting that we can have different plants from all over the world growing in different places. And it's all about the movement of seeds. So again, with seed dispersal, when we have new plants growing in the wild, we have animals that can transfer those seeds, whether they eat those seeds and those seeds come out later, whether those seeds cling on to their fur and are scattered, whether it's the wind or water that moves the seeds around, or maybe it's just as simple as a seed falling off a tree and landing on the ground. Scientists, as you look around your community, look at some plants around you. Make predictions. How did these plants get here? Did a person plant the seed? Did a seed maybe fall off a tree? You can start to make observations about plants and what they look like, and try to figure out or make an inference of how that seed or that plant got there. Scientists, I'll see you next week. We're getting ready to start quarter 2, which means we have way more science to talk about. I hope you have a great week.